out. Hey guys, Ron here, and welcome back to the series in which I document my walks around the world and create a few Pokemon based on what I saw on my walk. As I stroll, I usually point out all of the potential neat stuff I see that could make for some creative new Pokemon designs, and then we'll put them together and draw some cool Pokemon. So I hope you follow along and tweet at me some Pokemon you created using the stuff you see in this video.
Oh, yeah, I will do that. Let me go on Twitter. Ah, that's right. X. Let's just keep watching.
Down and looking at the view of the streets, I like how these seats come out of the ground. They look natural. The tracks that are covered in grass are giving me ideas too. Perhaps a steel type that is covered in plants.
That's a great idea. Ooh, what about a giant, imposing grass and steel type? Oh, he does that. Well, I do want to make a Pokemon that disguises itself as train tracks though. So, meet Sleephalo, the steel and grass type, representing both rusty metal rails and the so-called railway sleepers, the wooden planks the rails rest on, I guess. It's of course based on abandoned railways, like the ones in Ron's video, but it isn't an actual abandoned railway that came to life. It just disguises itself as those, changing the color of the rest of its brown and green body to match the ground it's disguising itself on. The wooden and metal parts of its body don't change, making it fully look like some abandoned railways. Think Galarian Stunfisk and how it is completely invisible in the overworld, except for its little Pokeball mimicking mouth. Active camouflage is what it's called when animals are able to change the color of their body, for example to match the ground's color and patterns. Cephalopods and flatfish are able to do this. And that's what Galarian Stunfisk is based on, combined with bird traps of course. It's just such a clever concept, and I only just realized this now. But I'm here to talk about my own Fakemon. It would get Stunfisk's ability though. Mimicry, changing its type according to the terrain if one is present. This Pokemon would make for a really challenging shiny hunt, as it's the color changing part of the body that changes to green, making the regular and shiny version completely indistinguishable when camouflaging in the overworld. I know for sure there are some people out there that would love to go on a hunt like this, although it does sound a little cruel. I also made these less oxidized versions. That's not the shiny, but just a rare variant. You might only be able to get this as a gift Pokemon from an NPC as a reward of some kind. Anyways, let's go back to the walk. We gotta get those steps in, right?
There's every single kind of store here. Naturally, I entered the Asian memorabilia store, chock full of things that inspired various Pokemon and other aspects of Japanese
look at that.
media.
I could make it the
These
Darumadol
Darumas are what inspired the Darumaka line. Those
What about those
lions
lions?
inspired Pokemon like Entei and
okay.
Arcanine. These Geodes inspired
Pokemon,
Gigalith and Geodude. This
come
Dreamcatcher
on.
helped improve Lunala's design. Maybe we can make a full-on Dreamcatcher Pokemon.
Actually, I will. Lunala does create a Dreamcatcher-like pattern when using Moongeist Beam, but yeah, let's be honest, we need something more substantial. This is Somniso, a Psychic and Bug type. I'm surprised we don't already have a Dreamcatcher Pokemon, but I'm not complaining, that way I can make my own. This time I didn't really want to literally use a Dreamcatcher in my design, but rather translate the shape and the role of a Dreamcatcher into a Pokemon. The more literal design philosophy can work out great, like with Magnemite, Klefki, Flabebe, Cofagrigus, the list goes on. I enjoy all of those designs, but it's also really interesting when the origins of a Pokemon are more subtle. Swallow has all the characteristics of a stomach, but it isn't just a big rosy pink bean, but more of a purple big mouth monarch bean bag looking thing. Fun. It also makes for great locksync videos. Anyways, Somniso isn't that subtle, honestly, but it isn't a literal Dreamcatcher either. More of a spider with a big abdomen with a pattern that resembles both Dreamcatchers but also just spider webs, and hangs from trees with a string, just like you hang up Dreamcatchers. And the legs look like additional adornments that Dreamcatcher often have. I'm really proud of this design, honestly. I think it's the best rendered one I've made yet. In Native American Ojibwe culture, the Dreamcatcher is also originally supposed to mimic a spiderweb, though the Ojibwe people don't explicitly associate the Dreamcatcher with bad dreams and preventing them, but a way of protecting against harm and evil in general through magic. Somniso could possibly be some kind of boss or Titan Pokemon. I don't know, it's got that kind of vibe to it. I mean, Sleephalo could also make for a hilarious titan. Just imagine giant train rails lying around in the middle of some desert. But anyways, I definitely envision Somniso inhabiting some of the more gloomy forests of the Pokemon world, but protecting anyone in there with its magic. At least anyone with good intentions. The shiny has its relative Tarantulas colors, but of course, it's a little greener. Alright, that's it for today though. Thank you, Ron, for taking a walk 5 years ago so that I didn't have to step foot outside today, as I didn't feel like it. This was a very silly video, and I really hope I managed to get this one out on April Fool's. Also, April Fool's if you didn't already notice. Because just imagine if I released this April 2nd. You'd think I'm crazy. Well, anyways, this has been fun, but all in good fun, really. Lastly, maybe check out some of my other videos, Bye!